Hello everybody, and I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the channel as I am mid-auto fighting in the new side quest. Why? Well, we're going to talk about why this is in a moment, but hey, auto fighting for a reason? Points farming, Richard? Yes, maybe. And there we go, that's all wrapped up with auto fighting. And there we go, what was I doing in threat level 3 auto fighting? Well, it's all about this solo event, as we said. So the reason that I was in threat level 3 was I was experimenting with auto fighting, which is going to be, as we said, relevant for this particular point. If you go into the description, I've got information you can go off of what I'm going to be talking about in this video. The rank rewards that you get are based on point acquisition, and of course, trying to predict this is going to be difficult, but I've put some information about that as well. Hairballs and oddballs crystal shards are the only thing that's really worth putting you any extra points into this particular event. And I'm sure some people will debate whether or not they want to. Okay. So the main reason that I'm pointing out this is like, let's set out a little bit of a farming element to it. What can you do? What's the point of doing it? What have you experimented about with Rich? And that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. The first thing to mention is that if you do 5... actually, I think it's 4. I think I've done it's 4 threat level 5 fights with the Clarity and House of Mirrors champions. You get 220 points per route based on 4 times 5 or 4 times 50 points, and then it's the extra 5 points per your fight in particular. I'm sitting on 800 points at the moment. This is why I've got. It was 660 points from doing a threat level 5 100%, which is that one there. And then I decided to auto fight through threat level 3. Now, unfortunately, Command make auto fighting champions AI terrible. They also are able to make the defender AI better by proxy. It's weird how that works, isn't it? They can't make one as good as the other, but still auto fighting is a thing in game. It would be great if the auto fighting was actually intelligent enough, which would be good because then you could be more trusting on it to actually be taken into things like threat level 4 or even threat level 3. It seems like, yes, what is an advantage for one is not an advantage for other. But yes, it's always nice to kind of have that opportunity to farm points and of course take it into to lower difficulties and go, hey, I can farm some points. Is farming points important in this? Not so much. I think for 90% of people that watch this video, they won't be interested with farming extra points because there doesn't really seem to be a need to be. 7 days is how long you get for coin line as a solo event. And as we said, from that point, you can choose, are you interested in the rank rewards? Are you not? From a prediction standpoint of how many points I think will be worth putting into this one, I put in a description that 5,000 points may be like a very high 1% to 5%, but a 2,000 may be sufficient for a low 1% to 5%, with 1,000 points being applicable for about 6 to 10%. And those particular numbers could go down. Like I'm not saying that's I would, and as I've said in the description, without round 1 results for the week 1, it is like pissing in the wind. I have no idea what to base any kind of like logical data on. But I don't think people are that crazy to do about 5,000. I actually thought in my original predictions about putting like a 10,000 in. But the more that I thought about it, the more I thought, no, people have got... Well, I'd like to say the people in the community have better sense to kind of like repeat the quest multiple times. And especially when they look at it and go, why do I want to do that? There's nothing really of kind of great value to repeat back from it. And what I've done in the spreadsheet, which I don't know if you've seen in the previous video that I posted, was that are there anything in the lower difficulties that would interest you? And again, the answer is going to be not a lot. Not a lot will interest you. Especially if you're doing threat level 5 and wanting to get some extra stuff, would you do threat level 4 in order to get some extra 6-star shards? Or even auto fight through threat level 3 or threat level 2 to get some stuff as well. Especially because the points take home from those quests for coin line aren't exactly that high. You might want the primordial dust. Maybe that's something to mention if you're, I'd say, close to forming something, but that's again a very kind of like low reach on that subject. You really have to look into your inventory and go, would it be under other? Where is it? Is it under champion items? There it is. You'd have to go and have a look and say, do I really need an extra? I mean, I could really do with an extra 50, but that's not for everybody. This month you get 150 primordial tier 2 dust, and you will have to do threat level 4 and threat level 5 in order to get it. So maybe people might be inclined to go, look, let's go to do threat level 4 and threat level 5 100% this month, or have a look at when it's dropping. So it may not be in the specific week, it may be in a different week, or there may be a low amount through various weeks. But there we go. That's going to be your options for this and the video, because this wasn't really like it needed to be a long video, but it was to point out that is there any point? Quick answer, if there's any point to farming any more points in the coin line event, no. That's the quick answer. Long answer, maybe, but that's going to be down to a player-to-player perspective of farming any extra points to get rank rewards. You will have to do this on a weekly basis. Could you run it in auto fighting and lower difficulties in order to say get up to a certain amount of points? Yes. Will I be doing a video as soon as we've got the results in of week 1 to go, is there any worth doing it? Yes. And then are we going, well, yeah, you get extra shards. And are those shards going to mean anything? Always down to a personal preference, but there is ISO available in some of these ones. It's always been. The drop rates have improved. But it's each to their own with it, and I still think at some stage Kabam need to change this up and put in a Paragon Crystal. And also increase the volume of shards, because the shards kind of volume is kind of like really low, and I still don't know why it's as low as it is, but hey, maybe something will happen one day. What are your thoughts on this particular quest? Will you be bothering? Have your say in the comments, and I'll see you soon, and check out some other content. And yeah, I think that's it for videos today. I'm going to work on a Alliance Wars Showcase guide and an update to the Magnetron Crystal situation for tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye for now.